Welcome back. I want to give you 5 more tips, 5 more Starfield tips to get you started. The first one is that you can actually equip items to your followers, similar to the other Bethesda games, but it's a little hidden here. So if we actually go to trade gear, then we can share something from my inventory. Like if I want her to wear this UC Star Troop spacesuit, then I'm going to trade that with her. But that doesn't mean she's going to wear it. You have to actually equip it on her. And the weird thing here, and I wish they would fix this, is that it shows your character in the preview window, but you see that I'm on Andreja right here. So if I actually click equip, it equips it, but not on me. If I exit out here, it equips it on her. So it's a little roundabout, kind of weird. I didn't know this for a while until I started experimenting, so you can do that. And you can do it with weapons as well. Where's my ship, dude? Is this a launch pad? It's got to be up here. Okay, there it is. I wish it looked cooler, but, it is what it is. So let's get in the ship. All right, we'll take off here. So if you've ever wondered, hey, can I look around without moving my ship? You can. And I didn't see this listed in the controls, but I'm using the Switch 2 controller. So if I hold the minus button, then it goes into this free look mode where I can look around the ship, at least look around the cockpit and the helm here. On PC, it's the middle mouse button. On your controller, if you're using a controller, it's probably the share button or something, but it's the left one. It's not start, it's select or whatever's on your controller on the left side. You just hold that down for a second and it'll go into this mode. And to go back in, you just tap it and you see I'm back into the full control here. A second tip, as you can see, is that you can place things on your dashboard. So I have these little jellyfish in a what is it called? So I have this little micro floater terrarium here. I just placed it over there. Sometimes things glitch out. I put a succulent over here and it seems to have gone inside this control panel here. But let's see if we can pick it up. Oh, yes. And that's another thing that I don't remember from the other Bethesda games. If you use the triggers, you can actually rotate when you're holding something. You can actually rotate that item and try to get that placement right where you want it. So this is the eternal Bethesda game struggle, is it's just putting things down flat. What I did before is I was testing the buttons and I accidentally threw a grenade and it destroyed my terrarium, so I had to reload my game. But anyway, that's a tip. That's another tip, is that you can put things on the dashboard. You can put plants up here. I haven't had anything fall off yet, unless I'm in this mode and then I shoot it or something or cause an explosion. It's not going to move. So far, I've been in combat, I've been exploring, I've been landing and changed ships and everything, and it has stayed exactly where I left it. So Barrett, can you please stop talking? Please. Okay. All right. Well, that's the second tip. And the next tip, it has to do with performance. So this is true for most games. If you're not aware, shadows are very intensive on your graphics processor. So I have a 7800 XT. I have a relatively old CPU. I've got a 5600 running an AMD build, but I've always reduced the shadow quality, because as you can see, I am using FrameGen, but if I weren't, I would be getting 50 FPS here, and it reduces as I move around. It goes between 49, 48, and 50. I'm not getting a clean 60 FPS in this city here, running everything at ultra. If I just reduce the shadow quality, let's just put it on low, because I really don't care that much, you'll immediately see a jump in the frame rate. Now it's over 50 and it goes up from there. It's almost hitting 60 FPS, and all I did was change the shadows, and you can't really see a difference. The thing that bothers me the most with video game shadows and stuff is that when you increase the shadow resolution, they always become sharper, and that's not realistic. Life does not cast sharp shadows. If you look around your room right now, all the shadows have a dithering effect to them, because light is not laser focused direct. It scatters the light behind the object, so it's not a clean shadow. So for me personally, removing the shadows or reducing the shadows to low, doesn't bother me at all, and I just get like 5 extra frames from that alone, so that's fine with me. Like I said, I'm using frame generation. Sometimes I'll turn it off, sometimes I'll turn it back on. I can't decide. I would prefer not to use it because sometimes it causes like ghosting and stuff, but whatever, man. As long as I can play the game, you get into it. So that's another tip that you may or may not know. The next tip, which you probably know, is that you can go to the ship service technician and you can purchase a vehicle. The vehicle called the Rev 8, that's the first one that you get. It's pretty cool. It has a weapon on it. It even has additional armor, so if you get attacked while you're in the buggy, then it prevents you from getting hurt immediately. But not only that, let's go take it out for a spin. It's super useful for a couple reasons. So on controller, if I press down the left stick, then it boosts like this. Whoa! Just try not to lose control. It also has a jump. I'm pressing the essentially the square button, the left face button. And if you hold down the same key that you used to open the flashlight, it has a flashlight on it as well. It also has a horn. That's the equivalent of triangle on the PlayStation controller. And then you can also use your scanner to scan things and look at things while you're in your vehicle. So if you just want to go around and scan stuff, you don't want to be on foot, yeah, you know, get your vehicle and go scanning. It saves you a little bit of time walking. And not only that, if you find something to mine, like there's some lead right there, I can use my gun to shoot it up, and I'll get that item in my inventory. And if you need to just slow down and aim a little bit, if you hold the left trigger, it slows time temporarily so that you can aim. So I don't remember seeing any of this like demonstrated when I first purchased the vehicle. So I'm not sure if there was a tutorial on it or not, or maybe I missed it, but there are a lot of features to this vehicle that oh my gosh, dude. I'm not very good at driving, especially in this environment where there's a lot of collision things to run into. Well, let's just go up here. Excuse me. All right, so that's the vehicle. There's also a moon jumper. I haven't figured out how to get that yet, but I'm sure I'll discover it once I get further in the game. But there is a second vehicle that they released with the Free Lanes update that you're able to purchase. It probably is you can probably buy it from somewhere I haven't gone yet. All right, and that's the roamer. The next tip is relevant if you're like me and if you want to complete your survey data for the planets. You'll do a lot of scanning in the game. Similar to No Man's Sky, you know, you go around and you scan things. But there are some major differences, some primary differences between the scanning in this game and the scanning in No Man's Sky. If you've ever played that game, you'll remember that sometimes you'll scan 8 out of 9 fauna, and then there's just that last one that's marked as rare that you can't find, and it's in a cave or something. And I have personally spent like literally hours looking for fauna on No Man's Sky planets, trying to find them, getting in my ship, going up, landing in a different spot to see if I could get it to spawn. Like, sometimes it's a nightmare. In this game, there's a couple of quality life improvements to that system, where if you look on the bottom left here, it says Flora Biome Complete. There are different biomes on the planet, and when you go to the star map, if I go to the star map and I select a place to land, it tells me what kind of biome it is. This is a coniferous forest biome, and I've 100% scanned that. The mountains is where the last fauna is that I have not scanned, because it says 92%. So if we go back to our main view here with the scanner, I've scanned all the flora in this particular biome, but I haven't scanned the fauna. I'm also in the mountain biome. I've scanned all the resources, and then at the bottom left, you'll also see these little, you'll see these special traits that are kind of randomly generated on the planets. And if you go to them, they're pretty cool environmental things. You know, I found some sentient microbial colonies, global glacial recession, last remnants of a glacier, and then an ecological consortium. It was like a mound of these microbiomes. So you'll find those, and once you scan each type, then that will be when you're complete. The way that you find those, just look around and you'll see if you can find them by scanning. So yeah, there's an unexplored ecological feature over there. So if I went over there, then we would find that it was one of those ecological features. So that is some tips for scanning. I don't know about you, but I enjoy it. I like having everything green. I like bringing it up to 100%, and that's it. Well, thank you for watching. If you enjoy this Starfield content, go ahead and check out my Starfield playlist. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button at the bottom. I appreciate all your support. I'm trying to build a positive community here where we appreciate games for what they are, where we don't call things slop or trash, but if we don't like them, then we accept that and we have conversations with other human beings rather than putting each other down all the time. So that's my goal here, is to create a community like that. And if you're into that, then yes, please join us. Please subscribe. So thank you for being here. Have a good one. I'll see you next time.